While the United States and other military powers are racing to develop laser-based weapons, China has quietly tested and unveiled the LY-1, a directed energy system capable of neutralizing enemy drones, aircraft, and potentially even missiles. In today's video, we'll dive deep into its price, features, military impact, and why this new weapon could change the balance of power across the globe. The LY-1 is a mobile laser weapon developed by China's defense industry. Mounted on ground vehicles, it's designed to engage aerial threats like drones, helicopters, and even low-flying aircraft. What makes it terrifying is its speed. Instead of waiting for a missile to intercept, the LY-1 fires a concentrated energy beam at the speed of light. No delays, no evasive maneuvers, just instant destruction. Reports suggest the LY-1 system costs far less than traditional air defense missiles. While a single Patriot missile fired by the U.S. can cost around $3 million, a single LY-1 shot only costs the electricity it consumes, a few dollars at most. This makes it not only deadly, but also cost-effective for large-scale deployment. Imagine an army able to defend its skies at a fraction of the cost. And here's the chilling part. Unlike conventional weapons, there's virtually no limit to how many times the LY-1 can fire. As long as it has power, it can keep striking again and again without running out of ammunition. The LY-1's laser can lock onto a target and burn through its structure in seconds. Drones, which normally take thousands of dollars to shoot down, can be disabled instantly. It's precise, silent, and nearly invisible to the human eye. And unlike missiles, which can sometimes miss or be intercepted, the LY-1 beam is unstoppable once fired. Now let's compare. The U.S. military has tested systems like the Helios and the Navy's LAWS, but none have yet reached the same level of mobility and cost efficiency as the LY-1. In fact, many experts say that while America has been focusing on hypersonic missiles, China may have quietly taken the lead in directed energy weapons. If you're a patriot and proud of your country's strength, drop your flag in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the future of military technology. For China, the LY-1 represents more than just a weapon. It's a message, a warning to rivals that the era of cheap drone attacks is over. In a future conflict, swarms of drones, a tactic many nations rely on, could be wiped out instantly. This means China could dominate the skies without even launching a single missile. And as you may have guessed, the Chinese are partnering with Russia. I think you know what happens next, but I'll tell you anyway. Some time ago, Ukraine struck Russia with a huge number of drones, which means that if China offers this new anti-drone weapon to Russia, Russia will have no more obstacles to its advance into Ukraine and will end up crushing the whole country. And here's the chilling part. Unlike conventional weapons, there is virtually no limit to how many times the LY-1 can fire. As long as it has power, it can keep striking again and again without running out of ammunition. And this isn't just about China. For the world, the rise of the LY-1 changes the rules of warfare. Countries that once relied on overwhelming drone numbers now face a system that can neutralize them instantly. It raises questions. Will the NATO respond with its own laser systems? Will the US double down on hypersonic weapons to counterbalance China's new edge? The arms race is entering a new chapter. And here's where it gets even scarier. Chinese engineers are already working on an even more powerful version of the LY-1. Rumors suggest this next generation system could shoot down not just drones, but hypersonic missiles, the very weapons designed to be unstoppable. If true, China could hold the ultimate defensive shield, something the U.S. military doesn't yet have. Think for a moment about the psychology of war. Throughout history, weapons that changed the rules of the battlefield also changed the behavior of nations. When the U.S. dropped the atomic bomb in 1945, it didn't just end a war, it reshaped global politics for generations. The LY-1 laser system may not have the same destructive power as a nuclear nuclear bomb, but its psychological impact is similar. It makes opponents think twice. How do you send drone swarms or even advanced jets against a nation that can burn them out of the sky instantly and at almost no cost? But let's not pretend the LY-1 is perfect. Like all laser systems, it has limits. Bad weather, heavy fog, or dust can weaken its effectiveness. Power supply is also a challenge. A laser needs a strong and stable source of energy to fire continuously. And while China claims great success in tests, no laser weapon has yet proven itself in a real battlefield scenario. So, while it's revolutionary, it's not invincible. Still, what happens when those limitations are solved? When energy storage becomes more powerful? When weather interference is reduced with advanced optics? Then the LY-1 could move from being an experimental weapon to a permanent guardian of China's skies. Unsurprisingly, the global military community is watching closely. In Washington, defense analysts are calling for faster development of American laser programs. Russia, too, has been testing its Peresvet laser system, though details remain shrouded in secrecy. Israel has deployed the Iron Beam for drone defense, but China's LY-1 is unique in its mobility, its cost-effectiveness, and the speed with which it could be deployed on the battlefield. In short, China may have leapt ahead in the laser arms race. Beyond the battlefield, the LY-1 represents something bigger: the economic advantage of laser weapons. Imagine this: for every $3 million missile fired by an enemy, China could counter with a laser shot worth less than a tank of gas. That economic asymmetry means China can drain an enemy's resources while conserving its own. In a long conflict, this could be decisive, and politically, the LY-1 strengthens Beijing's position, showing allies and rivals alike that China is not just keeping up, but innovating. So the question becomes, what happens if China decides to export this technology? If friendly nations or even rogue states gain access to the LY-1, the balance of power in entire regions could shift overnight. Imagine the Middle East, Southeast Asia, or Africa, where drone warfare has become common. With an LY-1, even a smaller country could neutralize the skies and dominate its neighbors. The real wild card is the future. Engineers are already experimenting with higher energy lasers, compact nuclear power sources, and advanced optics that could push weapons like the LY-1 to the next level. Some Chinese sources even claim that a future system may be able to destroy hypersonic missiles mid-flight. If true, it would mean the end of an entire class of weapons, and perhaps the dawn of a new kind of Cold War, fought not with bombs and bullets, but with beams of light. So, what do you think? Is the LY-1 the future of war, or just another step in an endless arms race? One thing is certain: the world is changing faster than ever, and the balance of power may now depend on who controls the light. If you're proud of your country and its strength, show it. Drop your flag in the comments below. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve on the weapons shaping tomorrow's world, make sure to subscribe, because what's coming next will change everything. The LY-1 laser system. Silent, invisible, unstoppable. Welcome to the future of war.